It is your World Rowing Super 60 Singapore time for the Versal Challenge 3. These are your athletes on Erg 1, Madeline. There we go, Madeline Ung from Singapore. On Erg 2, let's make some noise for Morgan. Morgan McGrath from United States of America. On Erg 3, let's give it up for Lena. Lena Belanger from Canada. In Erg 4, we've got Var. For Guriardottir Hansen from Denmark. Stationed at Erg 5, let's give it up for Charlotte. Charlotte Dixon from United Kingdom. On Erg 6, let's give it up for Ella. Ella Fox from United States of America. And on Erg 7, make some noise for Marsha. Yeah, Marsha Konigla from United States of America. And on Erg 8, let's give it up for Hui Tan Hui from Singapore.
Okay, athletes, so once your feet straps are in position, you're happy with the damper setting, what's going to happen is we're going to have a synchronized start of the workout. So I'm going to count 3, 2, 1. Everyone's going to press start. You'll see a 10-second countdown. At that moment, as soon as you press start, you can start rowing to start accumulating meters. Because again, we're looking for meters and points accrued. So we're going to do a synchronized press of start workout. You can start rowing. During that 10-second countdown, you are rowing, and then the game Meteor will begin. Again, it's a 6-minute effort. After you press start, we'll do the 6-minute event, and do not touch your screen until you hear another instruction from me. Sound good? Okay. We good? Okay.
Over there, so hypnotic, thinking about what I do to that body. I get you like, ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby.
All the action's about to start. If you are here, make some noise for our female athletes. Yeah, all the best. Remember, it's not only about speed this time around, but it's about accuracy as well. Mike.
Okay, athletes, on my cue. 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, the event has begun. We can see all athletes, their screens on the board. This is an interval workout. So right now they're in the paddle section, so a relatively lighter intensity. We'll see the intervals start to accrue. We'll go to a steady state, a race state, and then a sprint state. They've just begun interval number 2. You can see at the top of each screen, 2 of 16, so 16 intervals in this 6-minute effort. And the athletes are trying to time their effort to accrue points. And you can see their scores in the upper left of each screen. So current score, interval 3 of 16, how much time is remaining in the interval, and time remaining in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. So we're approaching 5 minutes remaining in this workout. In terms of current scores, we have most of these athletes in the mid-50s in terms of points accrued. You can see the distance rowed is in the bottom left corner of each screen. We have Charlotte in excess of 400 meters. Var, 460 meters. Now they're in the sprint. In the sprint, if they hit those orange tokens, gives them bonus points. From the sprint now down to a steady state as we continue this interval event. Interval number 7 climbs into the sprint session once again. 5 seconds remaining in this interval. Let's bring them home for this sprint. All athletes with 8 points collected in that sprint portion. Now we're down back to steady for interval number 8. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Again, 2 scores will contribute to their placing in this challenge from 1 to 8. Total distance rowed. VAR is in excess of 800 meters at this point, halfway through the event. And also current score. We're looking at around 160 points. VAR is over 160. Another sprint, 10 seconds remaining. Come on, everyone, for the sprint session. Let's give these athletes some encouragement.
Full scores for everybody right there. And if you have a look, with about 2.5 minutes left on the clock, keep pressing, everybody. And what we can take a look at as well, the top left hand, that's the total number of tokens collected from each athlete.
Here's another sprint, 15 seconds. Come on, athletes, push. Two minutes remaining, 8 of 8 for all 8 athletes as we come back down to a steady state. And it's important for the athletes, Sharina, to accrue points during that sprint session, but then quickly bring their intensity level down to hit the steady, because if they keep rowing to that high intensity, they're going to miss the point opportunities in that steady section for this interval number 12.
So folks, you can take a look on the right-hand side. You get to see your steady, you get to see the race portion as well as the sprint portion. And right now, they are going to be going up to the sprint. Going faster. And trying to keep up with the tempo. And collecting as many tokens as they can.
Bar and Charlotte over 1,300 meters thus far. Lena over 1,300 as well as we come back down to a paddle state.
Paddle nice and steady.
50 seconds remaining. 2 intervals to go for these athletes here in challenge number 3.
And you have 45 seconds on the clock left. Looking very steady.
Points collected over 300 for many of these athletes. As we go to the final sprint. The last interval, 20 seconds to go. Empty the tank.
Keep going, everybody. 10 more seconds. Let's do a countdown. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's hear it for these athletes. What a performance here on Meteor, challenge number 3 of the Versa competition.
That's it. Game over. And we will take cues from Mike. We'll have a look at the screens for all their points and their scores collected.
Again, so we're looking for 2 numbers, points collected, tokens accrued, and meters rowed. So we're going to take each athlete's placement in meters rowed, rank them from 1 to 8, do the same with the points. So each athlete will receive 2 numbers, 2 placements for each of the components of challenge number 3, and whoever has the 2 lowest numbers will receive a first place in challenge number 3, 1st through 8th. We'll continue to do some mathematical calculations, and then once we find out who is the overall winner of challenge number 3, we'll speak to that athlete.
Athletes, take the time to recalibrate. Take your breath in.
Athletes, can you press the ranking button on your screen, please? And now please press your stats. And a reminder for everyone watching that you can try this exact same event just over beyond the field of play in the Ergatta zone. So take a snapshot of what these athletes achieved in terms of points and distance and see how close you can get to achieving some of these numbers. Okay, as we continue to calculate, it looks like VAR was the winner of the meter competition with 1,682. We also had Charlotte in excess of 1,600 meters and Lena 1,636. That looks like our top 3. So VAR will continue to see how this shakes up. If I can just ask you to stand up for a second. So the first time competing in an event like that, what was your thought of those intervals as you're moving through it, going from a sprint and having to drop your intensity and accuracy down to that steady state?
It was different, and it was hard to sprint in the middle of a session, but if you go down again, it goes really slow, so it's okay.
6 minutes, not a long duration. Did you feel that endurance burn at all, or was it still more of that speed power that we had in day 1?
Yeah, a little bit more endurance for sure, but it's still just 6 minutes, so yeah.
Well, a great performance here on challenge number 3 by VAR. We'll see where that shakes out. Lena, So you had an opportunity to try this event earlier in the warm-up area where everyone else in attendance can try it as well. How did that compare preparation to actually being out here on the floor? How did that feel?
I changed my strategy like right there. So
What was your strategy going in, and what did you decide to change?
so when you said that the first 10 seconds we could start accumulating meters, I'm like, oh, I should start like very fast. And so I was just trying to go along, but I missed so many tokens. I think it kind of, the change of strategy messed me up.
It feels like a number of athletes, once you got out of that sprint section, had trouble immediately bringing it down to get those points. So why do you think that was such a struggle to try and bring that intensity and your power down so quickly?
It's just that it's so high that when you stop rowing, your flywheel is still running. And to go down to like a 220, 230 split, you do nothing and your split is still high. So you have to stop before, so your flywheel stops a little earlier. So after a couple, you realize what it does, but it was too late.
Thank you very much, Lena. Thank you for the insight. Ladies, fantastic performance here on challenge number 3. We'll continue to figure out exactly where you ranked in challenge number 3, but we get you to go back through the tunnel, and we'll get the male athletes out here to compete in Ergatta Meteor momentarily.